The NFL is finally back!
And so is the NFL Cappers Contest and Survivor Pool.
In our Cappers Contest, you must pick your 5 best bets against the spread each week. And in the Survivor Pool, you pick one team that must win. And you can only pick that team once.
$100 to join each competition right now.
May the finest football capper amongst us reap all the rewards.
Sign up at pubsportsradio.com.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Walk Off Wagers presented by Pub Sports Radio. I'm your guy, Wine Time Sports. Along with me, as always, is my guy, Spoons Bets. Guys, we're going to break down the entire MLB card today, let you guys know what plays we're on. We're also going to give you guys information on the game regarding the market, the weather report, all that good stuff. So shout out to you guys for showing out for us, as always, every single Sunday here on Walk Off Wagers. Love doing the show with my guy Spoons every single Sunday. Only got 2 Sundays left, guys, so let's make this the best show yet, guys. Everyone drop your plays in the chat. Say what's up. Hit the like button, guys. Share the video with your friends. Let's try to get to 200 likes today. Let's try to get to 1,500 views, guys. We need your help with that. So shout out to you guys. Excited to break down this card with you. Spoons, how was your week? And did you bet some college football? I already know you did, but tell the people what you had yesterday.
Yeah, I had a pretty good day yesterday. 5-3 overall, 1-0 to start the NCAA football season off. I took that Iowa State plus 3.5. Just thought it was too many points there. Not really a road game, even though they're the road team. And it was a great game to watch. Ton of turnovers, but just a great entry back into football season. Definitely missed it. Excited to get a whole lot more. That Hawaii game was wild. I almost got on Hawaii pregame when that quarterback got hurt. I thought they were done. That was one of the gutsiest performances I've seen in a college game in quite some time.
Yeah, it was a great day of college football. What a way to start. I have to say it was the best schedule I've ever seen to date since I've been watching college football in a week 0 matchup. They give us a ranked matchup first time in 25 years in Dublin, Ireland. Although I do wish they would have played at one of their home stadiums. I like that they're expanding, having other people see the game, all that good stuff, guys. But shout out to everyone in the chat for showing out, guys. Swaggy McNichols, as always. Daniel said Spoon the GOAT. Justin McKelvey dropped his stacks play the day #1. Francisco Lindor over 1.5 bases plus 100. Stacks play of the day #2. Kerry Carpenter over 1.5 bases minus 103. And then he also dropped his stacks play of the day #3. Lynx Fever under 168.5 minus 110. Shout out to Stacks.
I tailed him on the
Stacks.
Shout out to our guy Stack. Shout out to our guy Who Bangin' Sports, DJ Big Boss over there. He joined us yesterday for some breakdowns, and I joined him for the live stream. Good time hanging out with my guy DJ Big Boss, one of the best in the business. Kristen Hess in the building, one of our subscribers that's shown a lot of love lately. Shout out to you, Kristen. Thank you for everything. Ron Lofton, Daniel, just my 2 cents right there, my guy. Bandana Boat, BJ, our guy, JR Swish, Nate Dogg, Sweet Lou. I can name them all, guys, but we got a big card to break down today, guys. But shout out to you guys for being here. As always, hit the like button. But we got to talk some baseball, guys. And we are going to talk a game that's going to be first pitch is going to be in less than an hour now, guys. We actually got some early action today, which is always good. And I know me and Spoons have some early action going on as well. Nothing for me in this game, but let me just pull this up and see where we are currently sitting line-wise. Colorado Rockies, Brown on the mound, the right-handed pitcher. They're currently sitting at a plus 245 on the money line. Paul Skeens, I mean, we know how good this guy is. There's a reason why he's laying minus 290, even though the Pirates are one of the worst teams in baseball, but they're also probably facing the worst team in baseball here. We've got a total here at 7.5. This is an interesting one, Spoons. I haven't really moved on any Paul Skeens starts this season. I wanted to stay away. I think I moved on 1 or 2 totals, but side-wise, I have never moved on a sideway, whether it's fading him or being on his side. I just can't really get a good read on him when he pitches and if the team's going to hit for him or not. Spoons, do you have any action in this first game? This game's kind of this could be a sleeper good game here if we can find some value. Nothing for me in this one, so I'll keep it short on my end. Take it away, Spoons, if you have anything in this game.
It's really tough to do anything with this game. Minus 300 with one of the worst teams in baseball. Definitely some movement to Colorado, which is a little surprising. That guy pitching, McCade Brown, I don't even think he's had a AAA start in his career. It's been all high A and AA this year. So bringing him up to face a Pittsburgh team, it's going to be quite a jump in competition. He's going to be using a different baseball. I was kind of looking at an over in this game. The last time Paul Skeens pitched against Colorado, granted it was in Colorado, he gave up quite a few runs. I want to say 4 or 5 earned. It was 4 earned in 5 innings, gave up 7 base runners. It's going to be probably a better showing from him here at home, but I kind of looked at that over. Maybe the Pirates get there themselves versus this AA guy. The Rockies bullpen's nothing special. Neither is the Pirates bullpen.
Yeah. Interesting. Anything left in this game, Spoons? You don't have a play in this, though, yeah?
No. Total opened at 7.5, juice to the under. It's come up to a pick 'em both ways. I saw minus 365 opener for Pittsburgh over at Circa. It's down to 290. So quite a bit of movement to Colorado. It's probably just people betting it based off the price here alone. Ticket percentages, you have 85% of the tickets on the Pittsburgh Pirates, 87% of the cash. 79% of the tickets on the under and 53% of the cash on the over.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's going to be a pass for Spoons and I, guys, but good luck to you if you guys do have action on this. And if you've got the cojones to back the Colorado Rockies here at this price, because, I mean, you're getting some good plus money here with 2 teams that aren't very good. It's just the Paul Skeens effect here, the big name. But, I mean, look at his record this season, 7-9. He's lost 9 games this season. So, I would be curious to see if the sample size this season, if you bet on Paul Skeens every single season, you'd be down money, I'm sure, right, Spoons?
Yeah, because, I mean, you'd have to lay juice with the Pirates team, and with that many losses, I think you'd be down. It's pretty tough doing it here, but, I mean, just the minus 300 favorite, that was Jose's go-to fade last year. I think it worked pretty well. You had to pick your spots, but, I mean, I think if we rewind the clock back 12 months, Jose's probably on the Colorado Rockies today.
100%. I agree. But yeah, we can move on to this next game. Shout out to Mark A in there, Irish King in the building, Turnbuckle Tommy. TC said, am I for real about to bet the Rockies? Shout out to our guy TC. Shout out to our guy Dabby Cab in the building, one of the hosts on the tailgate every single Saturday, breaking down college football best bets. We don't break down the entire card on Saturdays just because there's so many games, and we would be there for probably 24 hours the way we talk about college football. So we just give you guys our best bets, but make sure to check us out there every single Saturday, and check out my guy Dabby Cab Medicate Monday every single Monday with our guy Dutch Boy Fresh right here on Pub Sports Radio. But we'll move on to this next game. We got Matthew Liberatore on the mound for the St. Louis Cardinals here, and you got my guy Ryan Pepio here on the mound for the Rays, a guy that I really like. I mean, you guys know me this whole season. I've kind of haven't said too many negative things about this Tampa Bay Rays team, despite them kind of just falling off these last, 30 to 40 games or so. Just hasn't really gone their way. I don't know. Something tells me here that the Rays might get off some wins here. And I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs, but I think they're going to be able to get to 500 before the end of the season. I'm on the Tampa Bay Rays here. I got on it yesterday at minus 120. We're seeing minus 140s right now, guys. It's absolutely wild. I wasn't even going to, you guys know me. Usually Sundays I come on here, I break down the card with you guys. I'll give up my action with you guys. Yesterday after college football, I didn't have any action in baseball yesterday. So I just broke down the entire card earlier than I would have. And I'm glad I got in at this when I did, because I don't know if I can get on it right now at minus 140, just seeing that alone here. But we do have a total of 9 here in this game. I think this is a Tampa Bay Rays spot, and I think you're going to tell me that some big bettors are going to come in here and probably took the Rays, which is why the line skyrocketed nearly 20 points on the same book that I took it last night. Spoons, yeah, I'm on the Rays here. I know what you're on in this side too, because I saw your card. But let us know the weather in this one, because we do have a total of 9 here. I almost looked at that yesterday. I almost placed it, and I didn't end up doing it. It's the same number right now. These teams have been scoring like crazy the last couple games. Let us know the weather in this one and the market. Let us know if the bigger bettors are on the Tampa Bay Rays here.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of concern for the weather in this game. There's a decent chance this game gets delayed. At first pitch, there's a 52% chance of rain. As the day goes on, that drops into the 30%. So I could see this game maybe being pushed back a few hours. It's just something you have to deal with when you don't have a dome. Ballpark Pal still hasn't modeled it, plus 17% runs overall, plus 40% home runs. Biggest numbers on the board for both of those categories. As you mentioned, this was minus 120 last night. It's up to minus 145, I think, at some books. Jeez. Minus 140. Depends really where you're getting it. You have 76% of the tickets and 86% of the cash on the Tampa Bay Rays. That's what's caused the line to move. That's what you want to see when you have the public in the cash on it. If it's not moving that way, it's generally a bad sign. As far as the total goes, you have 66% of the tickets on the over and 66% of the cash on the under. So some sharp bettors on the under in this game. It's kind of a weird spot. This park plays more offensively the earlier it is in the day, but with the rain and everything factoring in, it could be a weird game. I definitely like the Rays too. I took that same minus 120 that you did. Just looking at these games, Matthew Liberatore is not a pitcher I really trust that much. His last 5-6 games, he's only gotten out of the fourth inning one time, and that was versus Miami in his last start. I don't think he'll be really long for this game. And on the other side, you got Ryan Pepio. He's had 5 straight away starts, finally getting back home. Not necessarily a pitcher-friendly park or anything to return to, but I think he's better suited to pitch in this park. He knows the boundaries a little bit better. And the Cardinals lineup, I mean, they have not been getting to right-handers. The last 10 games, they failed to break the 1 earned run mark off a starter 9 times. Just getting 4 runs off Edward Cabrera once. Sandy gave him 1. Yuri Perez gave him 1. Will Warren, Luis Gil, Chase Dollander only gave him 1. This team just struggles to hit righties. And I think Ryan Pepio can take advantage of that, to be honest. I really like that minus 120 number. I'm glad to see the line moved in our favor. I don't like seeing the weather, but it is what it is. You can't control that.
Yeah, when you told me there's a chance of rain here in this spot, Spoons, it depends on how much this gets delayed. But if this goes back towards the Cardinals, like after the delay, I'm going to get a little worried. I'm not going to lie. It's just been these situations in rain delays where I've beaten the line movement, and then there's a rain delay for a couple hours, and all of a sudden the line like moves like 10 or 20 points away from me, and I'm like, damn. But shout out to our guy Skunk Blaster, $5 dono. Skunk Bag played the day the Marlins money line. Shout out to our guy Skunk Blaster. Also gifted 5 Pub Sports Radio memberships, man. Right when he gave that dono, I was about to say, if someone gives 5 Pub Sports Radio memberships, I'll take a shot for you guys. And I didn't even have to ask. He just automatically did it. Shout out to our guy Scum Blaster, our guy from Iowa. This guy knows football. Last year, he crushed it. I remember we're going to have him on screen for the tailgate one of these Saturdays. So Scum Blaster, let me know if you want to make an appearance on the tailgate, because we appreciate your support here at Pub Sports Radio. Got a little bourbon today, switching it up. This isn't going to be a shot. It's going to be like a sip, but shout out to you guys. So me and Spoons. Woo, very dirty. Spoons, me and you are aligned on this game. This is the corner of Spoons and Wine Time Sports Boulevard right here. I like it. I like that we both moved on it at a good number and seeing it move 20 points away from us. I don't know if we've been on a same line the night before, and then we've crushed it by this much and been on the same side. So this is a good sign, I think, for us. So go Rays. I see my guy TC said, I know he's a Cardinals guy, so I know he said there's no way you could lay minus 140 with the Rays. I get it, TC. I don't know. I just think this is a Rays spot. I didn't lay the minus 140 at the minus 120, thankfully. I would have laid the minus 140 now, though. But shout out to you guys. There's a guy, sports scientist Jacob, in the building. Sweet Lou in the building. Shout out to Sweet Lou. Sweet Lou, he's been showing love on Twitter to all the guys. Said that he found us on Pub Sports and gave us all a follow. Shout out to him. Shout out to Wags right there. Happy Sunday, fellas. And we've got our guy, sports scientist Jacob, also bet Tampa Bay minus 120. So I love to hear that, man. Love to hear that. But we can move on to this next game, Spoons. But me and Spoons have made our first official play. It's tweeted out last night. Tampa Bay Rays money line minus 120. And we can move on to our next game here. We've got, let me pull this up. Spencer. I'm so bad at butchering names. We got Spencer already on the mound here against Trevor Rogers from the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore Orioles being the favorite here against the Houston Astros. This is, this smells fishy to me right here, Spoons. I don't know. I've seen that the Astros are now a plus 125 currently on the money line here. Let me go back over this market here. Let me look and see if I can see what the opening number was, because I think that the line hasn't moved too much. I think it has moved slightly towards
I
the
got
ball.
you on that. So Circa opened this minus 139. It's down to minus 134 right now. It jumped down to 135 first, then 129. So there's a little bit of buyback since early this morning, but it's still lower than what it opened at. They had Houston plus 125 to open. They're at 120 right now with it. Little weird ticket split here. 57% of tickets on the under, 71% of the cash on the over. And then the same thing's going on with the sides. 68% of the tickets on Baltimore, but 81% of the cash on Houston Astros.
Wow. Okay. That's interesting because I'm glad I didn't move on this game, Spoons. I saw that you're on a side in this game. I would have moved on the Baltimore Orioles and Tyler Rogers, but maybe it's just because Tyler Rogers has been pitching lights out this season that his numbers are indicating that, or the books that think that he's live here. I don't have a play in this one, Spoons. I'm not going to lie. You know what? Yeah. I don't know. It has moved slightly towards the Astros the more I'm looking at it. So I don't know. Take it away here, Spoons. Let us know your breakdown, why you moved on this spot. I know what you're on here, but let the people know what you're on. This is going to be a pass for me.
Yeah, it's a pretty offensive friendly day here in Baltimore. Plus 13% runs overall, plus 11% home runs and 11% doubles and triples. Temperature is going to be in the low 70s for most of this game. No chance of rain and wind blowing out 3 to 5 miles an hour from first pitch to final pitch. This is a spot where I had to be on the Houston Astros. It's a little bit of a rock and a hard place for me because I've been riding Trevor Rogers starts. This is a guy I've had to go on and defend over there on the Kyle Kerms network. The last game versus Boston, they're giving me all sorts of reasons why his numbers aren't legit. Like if we go back 10 starts now, he hasn't allowed more than 2 runs in a single game. And that's going into the 7th inning, like 4 times, 5 times, 8th inning twice. I mean, this guy's been doing nothing but pitching really well. You can make the level of competition argument. I don't really think it's valid at this point, but I don't think this is priced right. It would be really hard to fade a guy that's been pitching as well as Trevor Rogers, but he hasn't had a full season of baseball under his belt at this point. He was sent down to the minors after the trade, took a little bit of time off. I think this is a spot where just regression finally comes for him. And Spencer Arrighetti on the other side, he's just coming back from injury himself, had a broken thumb, I want to say. And he's had all sorts of issues getting control over the baseball. In the minor leagues, had 5 or 6 walks in both of his games. Then coming up to the majors, gave up 11 hits in his first game out to Miami, then 5 walks and 4 walks in his last 2 games to Detroit and Boston. The Boston start went 5 innings, just 2 earned runs. That was at home. His other 2 starts have been on the road. I think he's just a little bit more comfortable pitching at home, but I don't think Baltimore is going to be a bad park for him here today. I think this is a spot where we can expect Spencer Arrighetti to pitch well, and if he doesn't, he's going to lose his starting job. And when you're a pitcher that's that close to losing your job, I think you can find a little bit of extra stuff there in the tank to make it work. The Orioles are second to last in MLB in walk percentage, so they walk less than almost anybody in baseball. And if you're a guy that has control issues, that means they're going to be chasing a lot of those pitches that are right there out of the zone. And I think that's going to help Spencer Arrighetti. This is one of those spots where like it's not easy to back Houston, but I really like that the sharps are on it with all the extra money coming in. The lines moved a little bit in my favor. Houston Astros money line for me. I think I tweeted it out at plus 124.
Spoons, he is on the Houston Astros plus 124 on the money line. Yep, that's what you got, Spoons. Yeah, correct. Exactly right. Damn, shout out to Big O right there. And shout out to Gorky. Let's give Gorky first. Jameson is going to be prime Italian today. Big O, $19.99 dono right there. Shout out to these guys. Shout out to you, Big O, man. It means a lot to us. Means a lot to the channel. Guys, if you were gifted a Pub Sports Radio membership by our guy Scum Blaster, don't be afraid to gift another one. It won't recycle your bill or anything. It'll just give the membership for that month. Get one, give one. That's what we do over here at Pub Sports Radio. So shout out to you guys. Sweet Lou said good info, Spoon. Yeah, that was great info. It's going to keep me off the Orioles here. But our guy Spoons is on the Houston Astros plus 124. Currently sitting right now, you can get, that's actually the same number I have at my book right now, Orioles minus 134. So you can still find a similar number to that, guys. Spoons is locked in today. I don't think I've ever seen Spoons have this big of a card. And when I saw his card, I was like, God damn, that's crazy. So Spoons is going to have some good action today, guys. And he's already locked in for 2 plays here. Yeah, so we can move on to this next game, a game Oh, there's my guy Isaac Clara in the building. $4.99 dono. My brother-in-law out there in Las Vegas, Nevada. Shout out to you, my guy. Have a great day at church today with the fam. Thanks for always stopping by. We only got 2 shows left, Isaac. So you've been here with us since the beginning. So shout out to you, my guy. Appreciate all the donos that are being sent right now, guys. It means a lot to the channel. Helps the channel a lot. So we can move on to this next game. This is a game, another kind of a head scratcher that I had yesterday, Spoons. New York Mets, Atlanta Braves. You got David Peterson on the mound, the all-star. You know, this guy's been pitching really good this season. You got Bryce Elder on the other side. His numbers pretty inflated right now. I thought he was going to have a lot better of a season here. Really hasn't gotten it together here in this spot. Currently sitting right now at my book that I placed this at, we are seeing let me double check this. Yeah, so this is pretty much the same exact line that we have in the game we just talked about, Astros Orioles. And it's a team that's clearly, heading towards the playoffs against a team that's clearly not. That's what I'm mostly looking at. This is mostly a market for me spot here. I like the Atlanta Braves here. I just want to see what number I tweeted out to you guys last night because I got plus 120. You can get a better number right now, plus 124 at the same book I gave it out. Definitely don't like to see that, and I definitely don't like to see that my co-host might not agree with me in this game. But yeah, I'm on the Braves here in this spot. I think this is a fishy spot here. I think that David Pearson should be priced a little bit higher, maybe like a minus 140, minus 145. It has moved slightly towards the Mets since I placed this last night around 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 a.m. Eastern Coast Time. And looking at the total here, I think both teams are going to be able to score. I think they're going to be able to hit David Peterson in this game, which is why we're seeing a 9.5 in this one, Spoons. I'm locked in already. I'm on the Braves. You can get a better number right now, guys. I tweeted it out, plus 120 last night. You can get a plus 124 depending on where you're looking. Spoons.
124 is gone. That 124 is gone. I was kind of peeking at that pre-show. I saw Bally Bets had it down at 124, but they already moved it up to 127. And then I clicked on that because I could still cash out my full bet because on the book that I had placed it at, it actually moved in my favor. And it just locked me out of trying to place that bet. As we were talking in the last game, Circa moved this game a little bit more in favor of the New York Mets. It's up to minus 135 on Circa now, plus 121 for the Atlanta Braves. This line opened minus 122 Mets, plus 110 Atlanta. On domestics, I could never get a minus 122. 130 was the best I could find last night. And that's what I tweeted out. I think there's a spot where I could only be on the New York Mets. I don't think price-wise I could back Bryce Elder with anything less than like 140. This guy in his last start out, 8 earned runs, 9 hits, 2 walks to the Chicago White Sox. The game before that was against this very same New York Mets team. 7 innings pitched, just 2 earned runs, pitched the best game of his season. I really don't expect him to do that twice. Jimmy always talks about that zigzag effect when you're having pitchers that just recently faced each other. And David Peterson just saw this Atlanta Braves team, gave up 6 earned runs, 10 base runners, didn't make it out of the 4th inning. Kind of a weird showing for him. He's really good at getting lefties out. This is a Atlanta Braves team that's full of lefties from top to bottom. His last start, 8 innings pitched, 1 earned run versus the Washington Nationals, another team that has quite a bit of lefties in it. I think there's a spot where both pitchers kind of switch their performances. David Peterson comes out here, has a real good game, and Bryce Elder kind of goes back to what we're used to seeing from him. I see a New York Mets team that's really getting to righties. They got 6 off Quinn Priester, 8 off Spencer Strider, 6 off Luis Castillo, 7 off George Kirby, 6 off Irvin, and 4 off Bradley Lord in his last start. So they're swinging the bats a lot better versus righties. I think there's a spot where Bryce Elder gives up quite a few runs. As far as the market goes in this, 63% of the tickets on the New York Mets, 86% of the cash, 57% of the tickets on the under, but 92% of the cash on the over. My only bet in the series so far has been on an over in the first game. Seems like when these teams meet up, there's a lot of runs scored every single time. As far as weather goes in this one, pretty nice. Doesn't look like chance for rain or anything like that. Mets Braves, Truist Park, 0% chance for rain, 70 degrees from start to finish. Wind blowing in 4 to 5 miles an hour. Ballpark Pal has this modeled at plus 2% runs overall. A game where we're kind of on the opposite sides. That's fine. Mentioned I had a big card today. I had a big card yesterday. It was the first time I'd given out 7 plays. Went 4-3 in MLB. It was fine. There was 2 games that were really close. I was sitting there the whole night kind of hoping for a 6 6-2 kind of day when I added in college football, but I just wanted to add some plays to this. I feel like a lot of times when I have bad days, it's just I'm leaving a lot of my leans on the table and I'm watching them all cash. So I just went ahead and put it all out there.
Shout out to our guy Spoon, 7 bets. Yeah, I haven't seen that on Spoon's card in quite some time. He likes it. I mean, this is the time when people are kind of shying away from baseball now. So this is the time where I feel like the sharper bettors are going to probably have some good success throughout the rest of the season. Shout out to our guy Goon Collector. He said, anyone tell Wine Time he looks like a young Aaron Boone. I've never been told that, my guy. But shout out to you. That's hilarious. And shout out to our guy who just gave, I think it was Rob, 3 bands. Let me just double check really quick here. There's a guy AOD in the building right there. But our guy's blessing our action. Rob Freebands, he gave a $5 donation. Got a lot of donations already so far today, guys. We appreciate it, guys. One more donation. I'll take a little sipper again. Not a shot of sipper because it's kind of tough to rip that. But we can move on to our next game. But yeah, guys, this is
that 100 proof wild turkey sitting there?
What I think it's 81. It's 81.
That is rough.
81 proof, man. It tastes just like 81 proof too. Disgusting. I wanted to get whiskey because I wanted to switch it up a little bit, and it is disgusting. I'm not a big whiskey guy. Maybe an old fashioned, but by itself, no bueno, no bueno. I got to get a better chaser for that.
Yourself some Irish coffee for that doubling.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There might be a little something in this too, Spoons, and that tastes real good. That doesn't taste too good though. Shout out to you, Spoons. But yeah, we're on opposite sides here, guys. What happens. We're on the same side in the game. We're off the same side in this one. But yeah, we can move on to the next one. Spoons is on the Mets and Wine Time is on the Braves. But guys, we're going to move on to our next game. But before we do, without further ado, we've only got 2 shows left. And this guy's been rocking with us from the very beginning, man. Our guy right here, he's started off in the chat and then he quickly got on screen with us, gave out some plays, and we had to have him on whenever he was able to be free. This guy works. He's a busy guy. He gives out all of his action every single night. He doesn't give out a couple plays, guys. He loads up. This guy knows how to cap. This is one of my favorite up and coming cappers out there right now. Let's bring on our guy from Baltimore, Maryland. I think that's what it is. You're by there, but our guy, sports scientist Jacob, to the building. Jacob, what's up, my guy? I killed it. I didn't do good again, giving the intro, but shout out to our guy right here. Excited to have you on here for walk-off wagers. And we're going to talk about your team, Jacob. So excited to have you. How are you, my guy? Did you bet any college football this week?
I did. I was on Hawaii last night. I was on Iowa State and the under. I was sweating the under when I saw that dude go down on the 1-yard line, them kneel out. I was celebrating. I was having a good. I was like, oh yeah. I also middled it. I took a live over 37.5. Managed to middle the total. So I started off a really good first day of college football. I did bet Fresno State though, so they got belt to ass there with Kansas.
Yeah, I think Fresno State is not only going to be a fade this year, but I'm not sure how many games I watched that. Jalen Daniels looked. I don't want to talk about college football right now, but Coach Z did a great job bringing in Coach Koldenicki's old offense that he was good at a couple years ago. We're going to see that this season. Jalen Daniels is going to be playing in the NFL next year after the season he has this year. Getting on to this next game here, though. Let's do this right here. Okay, we got the Philadelphia Phillies here. Ranger Suarez on the mound against the Washington Nationals. Jake Irvin, for being such a horrible team in the Washington Nationals and not having that great of an ERA, this guy's has not looked good this season. I'm surprised he's actually 8-8 this season. I'm surprised he's got 8 wins and only 8 losses.
I can't believe he had 8 wins.
That's crazy. But yeah, let me pull up what line we're currently sitting at right now. Washington Nationals sitting at a plus 225 underdog on the money line. Washington Nationals plus 1.5. You can get a plus 1.5 at the Nationals at plus 130 here. And that tells you everything you need to know on what's going to happen in this game. Philadelphia Phillies sitting at a minus 260 on the money line. We've got a total at 9.5 minus 110. Jacob, I don't have a play in this game, but you do. So let the people know what you're on here.
Yeah, let's talk about Jake Irvin. I can't believe you just said he has 8 wins. I'm looking at my spreadsheet for Jake Irvin, and it looks like a cherry. This dude's hard hit percentage over his last 10 games is damn near 50% plus. Jake Irvin's allowed the most home runs in the MLB this season. He's allowed 29 home runs. He can't keep the ball in the ballpark. He's got a sub 15% K percentage in nearly all of his last 10 starts. He's not getting any swing and miss. His barrel percentage is insane. Everyone's sending the ball out of the ballpark, and you're going to throw him at Citizens Bank Park against the Philadelphia Phillies, who just happen to be the second best lineup at home in baseball, number one home lineup in baseball in the last 30 days, the second best team in terms of WRC plus against righties in the last 30 days, the fourth best lineup in the last 30 days. The Phillies their bats have definitely woken up, especially at home. And to touch on the weather in this game, we have wind blowing 9 miles an hour dead out the center field. It's not going to help for a guy like Jake Irvin. He struggles a lot versus lefties, a 3.8 WOBA, a 5.11 xFIP. I mean, what else do I have to say about the Philadelphia Phillies? We're packing big lefties, Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber didn't get a hit yesterday. You could probably just take him to go yard today. I mean, there's a good chance. I mean, I don't want to know what his odds are. They're probably like plus 150 to go yard.
Yeah.
Jake Irvin's given up 6, 6, 3, 5, 2, 5, 0, 4, 3, 8 runs in his last 10 starts. This is not, and then on the other side, Ranger Suarez, he's not pitching like the Ranger Suarez at the beginning of the year where this dude looked like a top 5 Cy Young candidate. He has had some shaky starts as of recent.
Yeah.
He did give up 6 runs to Cincinnati. That was in Great American Ballpark. He gave up 5 runs to Baltimore at home. Other than that, he's pitched pretty well. He gave up 2 earned runs to Seattle in 6 2/3. He gave up 3 runs to Detroit in one of his last home starts, but that was a 3-run home run that came within the first 2 innings. And other than that, he still went 7 innings. He's really good as a left-handed pitcher, getting out lefties. So James Wood, CJ Abrams, we know we like to back pitchers that are good against lefties against the Nationals. The way I like to tackle some of these games, obviously, Phillies laying minus 250. I don't know what the odds were. I would never take that. That's freaking insane. There's too many outcomes where the Phillies are not going to win that game with like some random bullpen blow or something. I mean, it's kind of crazy that the Phillies are laying basically what the Pirates are to the Rockies right now against the Nationals. I took you can bet this on DraftKings. You could bet this on FanDuel. I took the Philadelphia Phillies race to 5 runs. All I'm asking them to do is score 5 runs before the Nationals score 5 runs. The Nationals might not even score 5 runs, but the Phillies may get 5 runs off Jake Irvin in the first 5 innings, and the bet would cash. I took that at minus 122 in FanDuel. It's moved minus 130. Probably not a lot of liquidity in that market to like obviously move like significant value, but I'm glad to see it does move in my favor. They do think the Philadelphia Phillies team total is probably a good look too. I don't know what that is.
All right. Sports scientist Jacob is locked in with his first play. Spoons, take it away, my guy. Are you on this game?
I got pretty close to this over last night. One of the things that kept me off was I saw a few books open at 9. I kind of had hope that it might come back to a 9. I don't know why I thought that with Jake Irvin on the mound. As Jacob alluded to, this guy's been terrible this year. They have managed to get some wins in his starts, but I mean, just going back, there's crooked numbers versus every single team he faces, and the Phillies are getting to right-handers. They're second in baseball in the last 30 days for in weighted runs created plus, first in OPS, first in weighted on base. I think this is a terrible matchup for Jake Irvin. He's given up 12 earned runs in his last 2 starts, 15 hits, 7 walks versus Kansas City and the New York Mets. That Mets lineup kind of reminds me of the Phillies lineup, how there's so many big lefty bats there. So just don't think it's a good spot for him. And Ranger Suarez to start the season had me scratching my head. I just didn't believe this guy was this good. He was going out there giving you 1 earned run, 6 innings, just about every time he started. And that's kind of faded away as the season's gone on. LA got 6 off him on the 20th of July, 3 to Detroit on August 1st, 5 to Baltimore on the 6th. Cincinnati tagged him for 6. So I really thought this was an over spot. It was just the only thing keeping me off was the number. When I see a 9, I miss it. I kept the cards pretty early. It kind of frustrates me, and I don't like getting the bad end of a number. And it hasn't moved since last night. It's just stayed on that 9.5, minus 110 both ways, just about any book you want to look at. I like to track Circa for my line movements and stuff. I feel like they're pretty solid. They're a really sharp book. They had Philadelphia opening at minus 267. They got up to 280. They came back to 267. Some books opened with Philadelphia a little bit as a heavier favorite, but I think this is a Philadelphia spot. I think it's an over spot. I was on that yesterday. I just don't want to go right back to it.
All right, let me give a quick shout out. let me give a quick shout out to the land really quick. Ick Snizzle in the chat said, "What's up, homies? Let's stay hot today." Got to kick it with my guy over on Who Bangin' yesterday, talking some sports and talking some life with my guy. Shout out to Ick Snizzle, one of the best people to meet at Pub Palooza. He makes the trip worth it just meeting him. Jacob, someone asked where you can find the Race to 5 on FanDuel. And anything else you want to say in this game?
You go over to if you click into the game and you go over to hits and runs and scroll down, it's in there. One thing I wanted to add was Spoon touched about Ranger Suarez, and that's going to be a guy that my team needs to pitch really well with Zach Wheeler going out with that we got that news since the last time we were on Pub Sports here. Wheeler's done for the year. We're done for the year, probably out 6 to 8 months. Might not ever pitch the same again with that surgery. That was the biggest blow. As a Phillies fan, you see your ace. Sanchez, you could argue, is our ace this year, surprisingly. But, I mean, it's good, I guess, to see guys like Taijuan Walker pitching like somewhat serviceable. We're going to need guys in our rotation. It would be nice to see Ranger Suarez continue to pitch well.
All right, Jacob, anything else you want to touch on, Spoons, in this game before we move on to the next game?
This is the third park on the board as far as Daily Stadium report from Ballpark Pal, plus 9% runs and plus 34% home runs.
I do have one.
If
One
you
thing
do a home run parlay,
is the
Schwarber and Harper got to be in it.
That's why Schwarber's plus 125 to hit a home run.
125 for
one thing
on my book, he's like 150 on yours. That's hilarious.
The Phillies' first 5 team total, I had to go take a look. They don't even. It's 3.5 plus 105. Like they're not even. They're thinking that they might tag Jake Urban for 4 runs in the first 5.
Yeah, I definitely like that. I might tail you on this one, Jacob. I'm going to look at this one after the show here. I think I'm going to take something on Schwarber bomb, even though it's only plus 125. I don't know. That's wild.
You can just take it. I mean, another thing, you can take him like 4+ bases or something. At least maybe he'll hit 2 doubles or something. Just
shit. Yeah, that could work. Yeah, but yeah, Jacob, we appreciate you for coming on and sharing your action. My guy, one more time, where are you currently located? You're not. Are you in Maryland?
I'm in Columbia. It's like it's 25 minutes out to Baltimore. I was considering buying tickets to go to the game yesterday in Baltimore. I really wish I did. That game was freaking nuts.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, I give out all my action on Twitter for free. Usually the car every day. I need to start posting it at night. I'm always working late at night and then I freaking knock out. And then I want to make sure I get you guys all the lines. But for the best part is for everyone to be able to tell with one another. That's the best part of this channel too, is everyone's giving out their action for free. You don't have to buy anything.
Exactly.
But I'll enjoy my Sunday for sure. Good luck with the rest of the show. And there's only 2 of these left, so thanks everyone for being here. It's been a good season.
Doing the football contest here at Pub. It's a good time watching the stand-ins as the season goes along. You do 5 picks every week, and then the Survivor Series is just like any other Survivor.
I got to get in here.
I got crushed last year, but I'm gonna do better this year. NFL, I'm not the best at NFL. I'm a college football kind of guy. NFL's a little tricky for me, I feel like. At least last season, I had probably my worst NFL season.
I like watching college football more than the NFL.
Yeah, it's just something about waking up on Saturday morning. It's like Christmas, man. But Jacob, we appreciate you for coming on, my man. Let the people know where they can find you, what your Twitter handle is. Let them know where they can find you throughout the week. And good luck on all your action today, my guy.
Yep, you can find me at Sportside Jacob. I'll still be posting plays. I know when this ends, we'll still have like playoff baseball and stuff to talk about. I don't know what you guys are doing for that, but
me and Spoon we'll figure out something towards like the playoff time if we can get.
We still got. I know football season starts and we all love football, but we're still baseball fans at heart too. So
yes, sir. Appreciate you, Jacob. Have a good rest of your day, my guy.
Have a good time with you guys.
Yes, sir. All right, shout out to our guy, sports scientist Jacob, man. Love sharing the screen with our guy. Love seeing what he's doing over on Twitter, man. He shares all of his action, man. It's hard to do it. Sometimes, I'll post my record. I'm like, record's not updated. You know what I mean? This guy has posts all of his stuff. So shout out to him. Give him a follow, sports scientist Jacob. Without further ado, we can move on to our next game here. Kansas City Royals against the Detroit Tigers, a game. I forget if Spoons is on this game. I'm on this game. It's going to be a good matchup right here. Seth Lugo on the mound. He's had a pretty good season this year. Jack Flaherty on the hand. I don't like Jack Flaherty. I haven't really been super. I mean, as good as the Detroit Tigers have been this season, I really haven't found a lot of value in taking them this year in certain spots. More so, I think when I fade them, my ROI is in the negative. But I do have a play in this game here. Currently sitting right now on the money line, we have, let me pull this up really fast, get off the prop builders really quick. Royals. Oh my gosh, damn, this line has skyrocketed since last night. Tigers now at minus 150 on the money line here. Royals plus 136 currently sitting right now. The same book that I saw this at last night. Let me give you guys. Yeah, I'm on the Royals here, plus 130. I got the money line at the plus 130 yesterday. It's moved away from me. Another spot that's moved away from me that I don't particularly like. Definitely don't like that. But I like Seth Lugo here in this matchup here. They lost last 2 games. Detroit, I mean, they're playing some really good baseball right now. And I hate to fade them right now. As good a baseball they're playing right now. 25 games over 500. They've already taken care of business the first 2 games of this series here. I think the Royals are going to avoid the sweep here. I don't believe they have a 4-game series. I don't think this is a 4-game series. I didn't check that, but I don't think this is a 4-game series. It is not. It is a 3-game series. I'm on the Royals here, plus 130. I thought that was some good value on Seth Lugo. I like him over Jack Flaherty in this. Which batting order do I like better? I'd probably tell you the Detroit Tigers, but I think it was some good value on the Royals last night. I don't like that it moved away from me. But I played it, and I'm on it. I'm on the Royals money line plus 130 here. I think Lugo can go out there and pitch well against this lineup. Currently sitting right now, we have a total sitting at an 8. I believe this opened up at an 8.5 at one point. This wasn't 8.5 yesterday when I looked at it. It is juiced to the over at 8 right now at minus 120. But this line has definitely dropped a little bit. I think Lugo can go out there and pitch a gem in this game today. I'm on the Royals plus 130 spoons. Take it away. What are you on in this game?
Yeah, this is a spot I don't actually have action. I was looking at the Detroit Tigers last night just from an X's and O's standpoint. Seth Lugo, this is a guy that's a converted reliever, spent some time in the New York Mets bullpen. That was the first time I really remember watching him pitch, and I was excited to see him get converted over to a starter. Guy has 6 or 7 pitches that he can go out there and throw. When he's fresh, he looks great, but I think he's getting some arm fatigue at this point in the season. We look at his last 3 games, 2 of them he's given up more than 6 earned runs and not gotten out of the 4th inning. That was to Washington and Minnesota. I consider this Detroit lineup sort of a similar build to Washington and just having a bunch of lefties. We look at the official lineup for today. From the left-hand side, we have Colt Keith, Wenzel Perez, Kerry Carpenter, Riley Green, Zach McKinstry, and Trey Sweeney. So that's 6 of their bats going to be hitting from the left-hand side. That's a little bit of a problem for Lugo. 1.4 whip, 4.79 xFIP versus lefties on this season. I think this is a game where he has another short outing. I think the Tigers can get to him. I thought minus 140 was too much. Minus 150 is definitely too much for me. Looking at Circa, they opened this minus 145. They got down to minus 134 with the Tigers when they took some Kansas City money, but it's back to 145 there now. A little more interesting to me is they're hanging at 8 in this game, an 8 over minus 105. Ballpark Pal has this modeled at minus 1% runs overall. AL Central unders, especially here at Comerica, are kind of a thing. I kind of considered trying to get one of those 8-5 unders still right now. I have 7 plays. I don't really need to add anything else, but that looks a little bit enticing to me, especially with some of the sharper books coming down to an 8 already. 77% of the tickets on the under, 85% of the cash on the under. So that's probably why it's moving.
Yeah.
And 57% of tickets on the Detroit Tigers, but only 50% of the cash. And when you factor in, you have to pay minus 140, 150 with them. That means there's some bigger bets on the Kansas City Royals. At this price, I think it's too far. I think this should be more of a minus 135 Detroit Tigers line. While Seth Lugo is getting a little more tired at this point in the season, he did come out, throw 6 1/3, just 2 earned runs to Texas last time out. They also have a bunch of lefty bats, so maybe he can do it again, replicate that last game, come out and shut this Tigers lineup down in a pitcher-friendly environment. It's going to be one I ultimately just going to have to stay off, though, I guess.
All right, he is staying off it, guys. I'm on the Royals, and it's crazy to see right now. Spoons, don't look now, but the Houston Astros are now at plus 116. It has moved 10 cents away since we talked about it on my end. They were at plus 126 when we talked about this game 20 minutes ago. So that's pretty wild to see on the same book, unless I didn't refresh my book at the time, but I did. I believe so. I did. But I'm seeing plus 116s for the Astros now. So definitely moving towards your direction. I think maybe my book just caught up. Maybe I don't know what was it at when we talked about it on your Spoons.
So I was just looking at Circa's number at that point, and as we were talking about it, it had moved down. They were at like minus or plus 121, I think, and they came down to 116 when we were talking. It is now down to 115.
Oh, wow.
So some money coming in on Houston for sure. Love to see it. Market confirmation is very important. The market knows best, as we know at this point in the season.
Yes, sir. And guys, we have over 200 people watching right now currently just on YouTube, guys. Make sure to hit the like button. We're 30 likes away from 100. If we get to 150 likes here before we talk Sunday Night Baseball, I'm going to give you guys a little giveaway on our show next week, a nice little giveaway too. So let's get to minimum 150 likes, guys. That should be easy. If everyone in the chat right now hits the like button, we're going to be at 200 likes more. So shout out to you guys for being here, though. Hit that like button, guys, and appreciate all the donos so far today, guys. It means a lot to us over here. We appreciate it. I'm locked in on this game. This is going to be my third play of the day, I believe, plus 130 here on the Royals. I know I have 4 plays, so we can move on to this next game, and we can do that. Let me pull this up here. Got the Blue Jays, Kevin Gausman on the mound, minus 125. Against Perez here from the Marlins. I could have sworn the Blue Jays were like a minus 138 yesterday when I capped this game, Spoons, and they're down to a minus 125 right now. I know someone in the chat, one of my guys, I think it was Rob Freebands, who said Marlins money line. Someone that gave a dono let us know what he was on in this game. So shout out to him. But I think I want to be right with you. I think I want to be on the Miami Marlins here in this spot, guys. You guys know me how much I like this Blue Jays team. It's a team I've got futures on, but this just seems like a weird spot. I know the Marlins have been playing scrappy baseball the last couple months, and they're still playing meaningful baseball. It seems like. And Yuri Perez, I think he's decent. I think he's okay here. And Kevin Gausman only being a minus 125. This is definitely fishy here. Did someone get ruled out, or are all the big bets here on the Marlins, Spoons? I'm going to be on the Marlins here. Not officially yet. I got to hear what you say about this market breakdown and the weather, but I'm pretty damn close to moving on the Miami Marlins at plus 115 right now.
So I think part of it is Toronto's official lineup is out. You have Springer, Nathan Lucas, Bo Bichette, Ty France, Dalton Varsho, Ernie Clement, Davis Schneider, Andres Jimenez, and Tyler Heineman in there. So if you know anything about Toronto's lineup, they're missing their biggest bat in Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He came in to the on-deck circle last night. It was an extra innings game between Toronto and Miami. And I think a lot of people, after seeing him on the on-deck circle, he had taken fielding practice before the game, were probably expecting him to play. I think the books probably did the same thing, kind of factored him into the lineup, or at least probably did a 60-40 split when they put it in there. And since he's been ruled out, this line has dropped 13 cents. Minus 135 at the time, probably 9 this morning. As soon as lineups came out, dropped to minus 129. Now it's done to minus 120. The way I capped this game last night was Miami first 5, Toronto full game. Even with Vladimir Guerrero out, I still kind of feel the same way. Toronto's bullpen's not in a great situation, though, after that extra innings game. Their closer's gone back-to-back games. Their setup man has as well. I don't have my bullpen sheet loaded up right now. Try to get it back up. But this is a spot where I think the market's telling us it's Miami. I don't think I can pull the trigger, though. Jacob Marcy for Miami. If I was going to do anything, it's just play a hit prop for this guy. He's been just absolutely killing the baseball every time they need a hit. It's extra innings last night. They're down a run. Got a couple outs, and Jacob Marcy comes up to the plate, hits a double, knocks in the tying run to extend the game just a little bit longer. I don't know if there's enough magic in just 1 or 2 bats. Xavier Edwards, Marcy, Agustin Ramirez, Liam Hicks, Otto Lopez, Herberto Hernandez, Troy Johnston, Eric Wagaman. It's not a lineup that gives me a lot of faith, but the market's telling us Miami, so we should probably listen. It's going to be one ultimately. I got to stay off.
I just made it official, guys. Tweeted it out, made the play on my book. Miami Marlins money line plus 115. I like where you're going with that first 5 too. This might low key be a double up spot for me. As of right now, it's going to be a full game here, but Marlins first 5 plus 100, so nearly 15 cents difference between the first 5. That tells you Yuri Perez is probably going to outpitch him. I think the Marlins, I trust the Marlins later on in the games too this season. And it might be a little bit of bias because they've done well for me in the later parts of the games. I kind of just assume that they're never out of the game if they're down by 1 or 2 runs going into the 7th or 8th inning. So I'm going to be on the Marlins full game plus 115. I might be on the first 5 too. As of right now, I've only made the play on the full game.
I think Yuri Perez matches up pretty well versus this lineup. Just elite at getting righties out, a 1 whip on the season, an xFIP at 4. Lefties have been getting to him lately. Cleveland got 4 runs off him. Atlanta got 5 runs off him. Those are his 2 worst games of the season. And those are 2 heavily lefty loaded lineups. And that's not something you have to worry about with Toronto. Just 2 true lefties in the lineup, Nathan Lucas, Dalton Varsho. Andres Jimenez does hit from the left-hand side as well in this game. So it's a really good matchup for Perez, especially with Vladdy out. Now you're kind of making me want to get on Miami. I'll look at this game a little bit more as we finish up the show.
Turnbuckle Tommy, I never said anything that the Marlins are a home fade, if that was about me. Never said that one time. But unless, did you say that, Spoons?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, he ain't talking about us then. So shout out to him. Shout out to Andrew G. Said the word is Gosman going through some shit. 4 more likes. AOD said until 100. The baseball just said, I don't mind the pick wine time. Rish someone give me an under lock, please. And we've got to 100 likes, guys. 50 likes away from that 150. See, we got there real quick. Doesn't do a lot to just hit. It doesn't take a lot to just hit the like button, guys. So shout out to you guys. We got our guy Ron Crawford. Spreadsheet play of the day, Twins money line. Sorry, Jose, I know you're back there. I apologize. Twins money line for Ron Crawford. Shout out to our guy Ron Crawford. Shout out to our guy Jose. I just gotta not click anything for our guy right there. He's doing a great job on the 1s and 2s. AOD said Ron go Crawford. Shout out to him. Sports scientist Jacob over 8.5 minus 130 or pass or Chicago White Sox money line. That's gonna be in this next game we're talking about here. Taj Bradley in the minors getting rocked. Wow, I didn't realize Taj Bradley's in the minors. Holy crap, I didn't even see that.
I mean, he's had a terrible MLB season. Obviously got released by Tampa Bay. Minnesota's just looking for arms at this point. Brought up another AAA arm yesterday with Mick unable. Absolutely got crushed in the first few innings there. I think this is kind of a follow suit thing. I saw this line open up with Chicago White Sox plus 110. It was something I was looking at that point. And I told myself, I don't really want to play the White Sox at just plus 110. I would like a plus 130 or something. Gomez has pitched pretty decent in his time in the major leagues. Went 5 innings versus the Detroit Tigers, a lineup I consider a lot better than the Twins at this point, and only gave up 1 earned run. So I don't see any reason Gomez can't come out here, pitch pretty well versus this Twins team, but it's pretty tough to back the Chicago White Sox now, especially you have to lay a little bit of juice to do it. So obviously some movement has come in on the Chicago White Sox. I'm seeing a lot of openers that are different here. I'll just go back to Circa. They had plus 110 opener. It's down to minus 102 right now. This line opened at a 9.5. It's down to a 9. I don't agree with that movement on the total at all. I know these lineups aren't great, but neither of these pitchers. Todd Bradley had 1 good start in the minors, then got rocked by AAA hitters. The White Sox bats probably aren't far off being considered AAA hitters, especially when you get to the bottom of this lineup. But I mean, Luis Robert's probably going to be in there. You got Kyle Teal, Vargas, Tauchman, some guys that have been hitting the baseball. Leon Sosa. I have no reason to want to back Taj Bradley at this point. I think his ERA is over 7 at this point in the season in the major leagues. And, I mean, even the White Sox can get some runs here. Over 9 or pass for me, but I think I'm going to stay off this game. If the White Sox gave me a little bit more juice here, like plus 120 even, I could probably pull the trigger, but I just want to stay off this.
Yeah, this is a crazy line. Shout out to our guy Preston in the building. He said show is booming today. We're doing a good job when our guy Preston comes in the chat and says good job. Shout out to our guy Preston over there. One of my favorite people to kick it with in San Antonio too. Such a chill guy, him and his brother both, man. took us out to the bars both times I went out there. Had a good time with him. Such a good dude. So shout out to our guy Preston. Can't wait to see him again at the next Palooza. Shout out to you, my guy. And for this game, yeah, guys, I don't know. This is very sus here. I kind of want to move on the Chicago White Sox here. I don't know. I'm not going to play this game here. To me, I want to back the White Sox here. Seeing them at a plus 101 right now is just kind of wild. I know the Twins are going nowhere fast right now, and their lineup is almost like a AAA lineup other than Byron Buxton, Lonark, a couple other guys in there. This team isn't these guys don't got bats either. So maybe it isn't a fishy line. I don't know. This is tough here. I like Todd Bradley this season. I've backed him at times this season. And yeah, he has not looked good. And seeing that he got lit up in AAA, maybe that humbled him a little bit. Maybe he goes out there and pitches an absolute gem here today. For that reason, I'm going to stay off the White Sox. There's no way I'm going to back the Twins here at a minus 110 against the White Sox. White Sox are one of the worst teams in baseball. They've got a AAA lineup. I don't know. This is a tough game, Spoon. It's going to be.
You told me last year Taj Bradley was going to get released by the Tampa Bay Rays. I would have bet anything against that. I mean, this guy had some electric stuff. Dealing with injuries, all sorts of things. I mean, pitchers deal with setbacks. This is a game where I expect him to want to come back and pitch really well. I mean, he wants to have another major league contract. It's kind of a death sentence, though, when the Rays get rid of you. They have a really good track record of knowing when a pitcher is going to continue to do well or know when they're not going to. When you see him get traded away or signed by another team, it's a pitcher I kind of look to fade that next season. So they probably know more than I do, but there's a part of me that think Taj Bradley comes out here and pitches really well. I did see a comment wind blowing out at Ray Field today, 11 miles an hour. This is much different than Wrigley. The way it's positioned, just the buildings and everything, the wind doesn't affect this park as much. Ballpark Pal has this model that 0% runs, so not negative or positive, even with that wind. Is plus 18% home runs, but minus 13% doubles and triples, minus 3% singles. This is a tough game.
Yeah, it's going to be a stay away game for me because I'm kind of right there with you. I feel like maybe Taj Bradley goes out there and shocks some people. Maybe he does go out there and throw. I mean, this is the perfect lineup to do it against, I guess, to get right. I mean, they probably wanted him to get some little bit of motivation in the minors by dominating the AAA lineup. Couldn't do that. So I worry about his confidence, especially as a starting pitcher in Major League Baseball. So as of right now, it's going to be a pass for me. I would be White Sox or nothing, but at the same time, this is a coin flippy game. I feel like I'm not going to move on this game, so we can move right on to our next game here. Giants Brewers. We got Robbie Ray on the mound, currently an underdog at plus 112 against Patrick from the Milwaukee Brewers here. Brewers minus 122 on the money line here. Giants currently sitting at a plus 112 on the money line. We've got a total currently sitting at 8. Slightly juiced to the over at minus 115. I think this is priced because of Robbie Ray. Yeah, we know how good Robbie Ray is. Chad Patrick on the other side, he's had some good season as well. This guy's been pitching really well, actually, for the Brewers. It just seems like the Brewers are doing everything right at this point in the season. What could go wrong, right, Spoons? I don't know. But with that being said here, I couldn't back the Giants and Robbie Ray at a plus 120 and at a plus, at a plus 100, plus 112. At the same time, I don't want to only lay a Brewers minus 120 here in this spot. This is a weird spot, Spoons. A game I wanted nothing to do with. Maybe if I had to look at something, I would maybe look at the under that both these pitchers pitch well. And I know the Brewers play some really good baseball. I'm still not that big of a fan of this lineup. You know what I mean? From the eye test, at least, it's just nothing crazy for me. Spoons, take it away. Do you have anything on this game?
It's some crazy movement, and it's all this morning. I looked at this game last night, and I had Woodruff kind of penciled in for the Milwaukee Brewers. The price made sense to me at that point. San Francisco laying juice minus 120. But this line has now flipped. It went from minus 120 this morning at 10 a.m. to right before the show started at 11:15 a.m. Milwaukee Brewers minus 120. That's 40 cents of movement in between there. That's absolutely wild. I don't really know what to make of it because it's not Brandon Woodruff going. It's Chad Patrick going. And if I'm comparing Chad Patrick and Brandon Woodruff, I mean, I have Woodruff at least a tier higher on the pitching spectrum. And it doesn't make sense to me. This line is moving the exact opposite way I would expect it to move. If you told me that Woodruff was a starter, I could see Milwaukee being minus 120, but with Chad Patrick in there, I think this should be San Francisco minus 130, minus 135. Now we're getting a plus money with this team. This doesn't make sense to me. It's never a good idea to just blind fade a late move by the market, but I really want to do it. I want to take the San Francisco Giants here. This is a game I stayed off of altogether, but at this point with this price, I mean, why are the Giants getting plus money? Did they just know Robbie Ray is going to get absolutely touched by this Milwaukee Brewers team? It doesn't make sense to me. Not at all. This game's being played in American Family Field, Brewers home stadium. As far as runs go, this is minus 6% runs, plus 15% home runs, minus 12% singles, and minus 5% doubles and triples.
Oh,
With that line movement, I don't know what to make of this. 91% of the tickets on the under, 90% of the cash on the under, 92% of the tickets on the Milwaukee Brewers, 93% of the cash on Milwaukee.
wow.
I guess that's why this line has moved so much, but did those people expect Brandon Woodruff to be pitching? That's all you could have expected until a recent update from Underdog MLB's account. I don't know. This is a really tough game. This total's also come down from an 8.5 to an 8. I don't know. This game doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, I would lean towards the under here in this spot with both these pitchers on the mound, just trusting them that they're not going to get lit up too much here by these orders. But yeah, this is all that money on one side and then all that money on a total side. That's it's pretty crazy. It's a spot that I want nothing to do with. I'm already late to the party on whatever it would be. I didn't want to move on this game. I haven't been really moving on Brewers games this season. If I wish I would have, I'd be making a little bit more money with the Brewers, but shout out to them. They're playing some really good baseball right now. We can move on to our next game in Skunk Blaster Play of the Day is the under in this next game, 7.5 in Cleveland and Texas. You got Gavin Williams on the mound here for the Cleveland Guardians, currently sitting at a plus 110 now on the money line. Texas Rangers and Merrill Kelly are currently sitting at a minus 120. Got a total. Skunk Blaster already touched on. He's on the under 7.5 here in this spot. I don't know. To me, in this game, I kind of like the Rangers here. I liked Merrill Kelly. I like backing Merrill Kelly at times this season. Both these teams kind of in similar positions in the wild card race. I don't think either of these teams really have a chance at their division, but they're both still fighting for that last wild card spot. So this is a meaningful game here for both teams. I look at these teams as pretty similar, around 500, and that's where their record is showing us right now. It's almost like a coin flip kind of game to me. I would be on the Rangers here at home to close out the series, but I'm going to end up passing on this one, Spoons. Let us know if you have anything on this and the market breakdown and the weather report.
Yeah, this is another pretty good game here. A good pitching matchup, in my opinion. Circa opened this up at a minus 128 in favor of Texas, plus 115 for Cleveland. It's down to minus 117 for Texas and plus 105 for Cleveland. Total opened up at an 8, minus 110 both ways. It's down to a 7.5, 110 both ways. So some clear movement to the under and also some clear movement to Cleveland. 78% of the tickets on the under, 91% of the cash on the under. That's why it moved down. 50% of the tickets on Texas, but 65% of the tickets on Cleveland, and that's why the lines moved down for Texas. I agree. This is sort of a coin flip game for me as well. I like Merrill Kelly. I think he's pitched really well this season, but Gavin Williams is just elite again. Lefties out. Yeah. When I look at this Texas lineup, it's all lefties that you have to worry about. Josh Smith, Wyatt Langford hits from the right hand side. Corey Seager is a lefty. Peterson's a lefty. Rowdy Tellez is a lefty. Osuna is a lefty. Yonaheim can switch hit from either direction. He'll probably hit from the right-hand side in this game. I think this is a good matchup for Gavin Williams. We go back his last 10 games. He's keeping his team in a position to win just about every time. Had one little hiccup versus Miami, but that was after almost pitching a complete game. That's not the case for him now. He pitched into the 6th versus Arizona, didn't give up an earned run. That's another lefty-loaded lineup. I think this is a spot where he can probably go out there, pitch well. The market's telling us the same. Kind of considering adding Cleveland at this point. Texas's bullpen's not in a good situation. It's not a bullpen I trust either. Oh, I don't know exactly if I can pull the trigger on Cleveland, but it's a pretty good lean at this point.
All right, he's got to lean towards Cleveland. I've got to lean towards the Rangers. Our guy Scum Blasters on the under in this one. But we can move on to this next game. Man, this game was – I had a couple friends at this game yesterday, and they were texting me, this is ugly. I was like, yeah, I'd leave right now if I were you. Shout out to them for going, though. It was a nice little hat giveaway. They had a Logan O'Hoppe giveaway on a Friday. Get people there, man. I mean, there was 40,000 strong there. It's because it's the Cubs. We got a lot of Cubs fans there, too. Surprisingly, a lot of Cubs fans out here where I live, too. There's a couple people that I'm close with that are pretty good. They're Cubs fans. So shout out to them. We got Jamison Talon on the mound against Kyle Hendricks, the professor, right from Orange County, pitched in Chicago his whole life, comes back to California for one final year. He got career win 100, although it seemed like he should have had it earlier on in the season. Finally got it. And he's actually this guy's been serviceable this year. Don't get me wrong. This guy doesn't have a lot of outstanding stuff. His changeup is really good. Don't get me wrong. We know how good that changeup is, but it's kind of like when you know it's coming, if that fastball coming in at 86, if you're sitting on that fastball, sometimes it is a little bit too slow to hit though. So Kyle Hendricks is usually effective. I feel like through the first time through the order. Second time around is when he gets some runners on and he sometimes runs into trouble, but this guy has been serviceable for his age. I can't really expect too much more from what this guy has done this year. I know you're a big fan of him, Spoons, from being with the Cubs his whole career. Oh, wow. Yeah, I forgot. My bad. Let's bring on our next guest here. You guys have seen him he's on every single show too. He comes on with us on Saturdays, comes on with us on Sundays. He breaks down the CFL, and this guy's ROI is pretty damn good in that CFL. This guy knows his football. So without further ado, our guy, by a way of Macedonia, now living in Canada, our guy, Gorky on Sports. Gorky, what's up, my guy? How are you on this Sunday?
That may be the single best intro anyone's ever given. Holy shit.
There we go. I try to learn well from Jimmy on saying those intros. I wanted to give Jacob a nice hype one, and I blinked right before he came on.
Hey, Jacob deserves one of those clips like Ronnie and those boys. They all have them, Scott Blaster and all those guys. Those ones.
We got to get him one, and we got to get you one.
I gotta get Jose to make some clips and get those things going. But he's got enough on his plate as it is. Let's talk about this game, fellas.
Yeah, Gorky, I introed it, so take it away, my guy. Let us know what you're on in this game, what your play is, and why you think that.
For me, at plus 100, minus 1.5 Cubs was the play, and the reason why is the 75-mile-an-hour fastball of Mr. Cub himself, Kyle Hendricks. This guy is known by these Cubs management more than players because nobody was teammates with this guy from this current roster. But all the fans know him. You watch videos on him at Wrigley winning big games. I think this is a Cubs spot. Needless to say, also, I think the Cubs are back, baby. I think they are poised to maybe run off 10 out of 15.
It's definitely possible. Kyle Tucker is the Angels' papa at this point. The Angels are his son since his days in Houston.
Or daughter, we're not sure. Maybe daughter too. You gotta be inclusive, brother. It is what it is.
It's pretty crazy, honestly, because I've seen this when he was with Houston. Like I saw him win so many games for the Astros against the Angels, whether it was a game-winning catch, sliding, whether it was a walk-off. This guy does it all against the Angels. There's just those Angel killers out there, and he's one of them. And PCA is starting to get right as well. Both of them hit their first home run in since late July. It was crazy. And PCA's was off Kenley Jansen in the top of the 9th inning in Anaheim on a Friday night. It was a crazy game. That was a good game. Spoons, take it away, my guy. And shout out to our guy Kong's Clip. Went 6-0 on Saturday in college football. Shout out to our guy Kong's Clip.
Yes, Kong's, that's wild, brother. I love your college football breakdowns. Thank you for all your advice, sir. It is what it is. Let's get paid, man.
Spoons, take it away. Chicago Cubs, LA Angels, Anaheim Angels. What am I saying? LA Angels.
They are Anaheim, yeah.
It finally looks like Kyle Tucker's kind of breaking out of this slump. I saw on some Cubs media he got a Joe Boo doll, one of the main character, the doll for Serrano there in major leagues. And since he got that Joe Boo doll, I mean, 3 home runs, 2 home runs yesterday. He looks like he's locked back in. I don't know if it's a little bit of superstition that's helping him or if he's finally just getting a little bit healthier, getting some confidence. It's tough when you're struggling in Major League Baseball, especially when you're a superstar.
The dog days of summer, bro. It's August.
Yeah, regression hits everybody, especially hot hitters, hot pitchers. Everybody kind of cools down. Bad pitchers eventually pitch well too. I mean, all these guys are in the major leagues for a reason. It's not because they go out there and hit 2 home runs every single game. It's because they can do it over the course of 162 games. And I mean, baseball is one of those sports where if you go up to the plate and you're successful 3 out of 10 times, you're going to have a long career. So I think this is a spot where the Cubs just kind of stay hot. They had their bullpen. Everybody got a day off yesterday.
Finally,
absolutely.
I won at life. I'm on the same side as you. Yes.
I'm on the Chicago Cubs minus 140. This is not too much juice for me. As you guys talked about, Kyle Hendricks spent almost his entire career with the Cubs. He was drafted by the Texas Rangers. Cubs traded for him very early on, and he spent a long time there. He has worked with some of the players on this team. Ian Happ, Nico Horner, Dansby Swanson were all in the same squad with him.
Yes,
this is a spot where the pitching coaches know him well. At this point in his career, Kyle Hendricks is basically a pitching coach himself. All the young pitchers that have come up there the past few years with the Cubs talk about the impact that Kyle Hendricks has done, just going out there throwing bullpen sessions. Like some of these guys use it as practice. Kyle Hendricks kind of showed him there's a lot of things you can do in a bullpen that really set you up for a game. And I mean, I have a lot of respect for him, but his fastball is not 75. It's 89. And at this point in his career, that 89 is not a lot. There's not a lot of difference between that and the changeup. It used to be a really good combination. It's really just turned into a 2-pitch guy between that 4-seam sinker combination and that changeup. He still has the curveball he uses every once in a while, but it's almost never at this point. I think the Cubs know him pretty well. I think they get to him pretty early. 4.98 xFIP to lefties, 4.73 xFIP to righties. There's a lot of good lefties in this Cubs lineup. I just expect them to score more runs. I didn't want to lay the -1. I could see this being a 1-run game. I expect them to win by more than that, but the Angels bats themselves do have a few guys, and Jameson Taillon's pretty recently coming back from injury himself. So I didn't want to get in the business of laying too many runs. The money line was fine for me. Jameson Taillon in his last game out pitched versus a really hot Milwaukee lineup, but I think they'd won 13 games in a row at that time, 12 games in a row, and gave up just 1 earned run over 6 innings pitched. So he looks back. He looks pretty healthy to me. I think this is a spot where Taillon can come out, pitch well, and the Cubs get this win. As far as the market goes in this game, lost it. We have 63% of the tickets on the Chicago Cubs and 61% of the cash on the LA Angels, 73% of the tickets on the under, 62% of the cash on the under. Circa opened this -143 Cubs. It got up to -148, and now it's down to -134. So there's some big money bets on the Angels. Don't love to see it, but I'm not changing my bet at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Cubs, they've owned this series, and it would be hard for me to put my money on the Angels here, guys. Although when I look at this, I hate to be on the other side of you guys. Cubs are down to a -130 at my book right now. Angels +120, but at the same time, I thought these last couple lines were a little suspicious.
Are lineups out yet, bro?
No, they won't be out. Angels probably won't be out until about 10:30. I'm not sure how early the Cubs will have theirs out, but I'm going to say we're going to see a similar lineups to what we saw yesterday.
I keep thinking this game's at Wrigley for some reason.
It's in Anaheim. Yeah. But guys, keep this in mind. Nolan Shonwell left yesterday with an wrist injury. Neto left because they were down by a lot of runs. I'm assuming that, but I did see there was a couple. I didn't look too into it, but there's a couple Angels that are on the injury report today. Keep an eye out for that, guys.
Sunday lineup. That's what I want from the Angels.
It's going to be tough, especially if you don't have Shonwell in there. He's been such a good presence in there, hitting in front of Trout. He's done such a good job at first base this year. I love the direction the Angels are going in. The fact that I'm still watching their games every single day at this point in the season is kind of crazy, because usually at this point I give up, but I still like watching this team because I like the young guys developing over there.
1.5 right now.
And bring it at the 1.5, so plus 115 right now, Gorky.
Oh, still? Okay. All
Plus
right.
115, minus 1.5. But Gorky is locked in here. He is on the Chicago Cubs minus 1.5 at some plus money. And Spoons is on the money line for the Cubs. I'm going to take a back seat in this one, guys.
What's going on with Kenley Jansen? He was on the injured list. Was that a rib injury?
Rib injury, and it happened a couple days before the last time. So he gave up that home run to PCA. I think it was like 3 or 4 games before that. He got lit up in the 9th. It was the first actual outing where I was like, whoa, like this guy just blew the game for us. And then he did against the Cubs too. He's got a rib injury. Jose said it's probably not true just because he's not pitching well. I find it hard to believe because he doesn't really look the same out there. So be on the lookout for that, guys. Jensen isn't 100%. He probably
Kenley is a gamer. He wouldn't be the type of player to sit out. I don't think so.
And he's such I know Jose doesn't like, he's such a likable guy. When you hear this guy talk and you hear him in interviews and stuff, he says all the right things. He's such a humble guy. And when he gets out there on the mound, he ain't a humble guy. That's for sure. He turns a switch when it's ball game. I'll never forget watching the Angels Giants this year, and I was sitting left field right next to the bullpen. It was the 6th inning. It was a 1-run game, and Kenley Jansen was literally getting loose in the 6th inning until the 9th inning. Like, just getting loose and like out there in the bullpen. Like, it was crazy to watch his work ethic. Right. He just gets ready. He wants to stay warm. He's older, and it's helped him a lot. His preparation is some of the best in baseball.
This man was a catcher coming up.
Coming up. Yeah. But Gorky, we appreciate you for coming on here, my guy. We've got 200 people in the building right now, guys. So everyone, let Gorky give Gorky a shout out in the chat. Tell him thank you for sharing his action as always. And Gorky, let the people know where they can find you and when you're breaking down the CFL with Jimmy the Bag again.
I break down the CFL with Jimmy the Bag on Fridays. They know where they can find me already. If they don't, you guys can shout that out. I will be backstage if you guys need me for the last game. If not, it's great. I don't really have any action on it. I would kind of lean towards the Red Sox just because they're in a crazy hot streak right now. But I can also see the Yankees salvaging a game in this series because it is baseball. So there we go.
There's his lean right there, Gorky. We appreciate your hard work, my guy. Gorky, hanging out backstage. Love seeing that he's backstage hanging out. He's ahead of everyone else here because by a couple seconds. When you're watching on this actual stream, you're a little bit behind, but shout out to him. And you got the corner of Spoon and Gorky Boulevard right now. I mean, they're both on the Cubs here in some kind of way. It's going to be interesting to see for sure. I see the games are a little out of order, Jose. No worries. I know it's going to be Reds and Diamondbacks next. And after that, I think it's going to be the Dodger game. Dodgers Padres, I believe it is. So no. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Jose. Appreciate you, my guy. We got Brady Singer on the mound here for the Cincinnati Reds. Every time I think of the Cincinnati Reds, I think of Jose Bouquet because I know how much he likes this team this last couple of years. He's on futures this year with them and the Reds. So I just know those the teams that Jose likes, and this is one of them. And the Reds have been playing some good baseball this season, guys. I mean, I'm very shocked to see where they're at record-wise. Going into the season, I didn't really think they had a lot to actually make a run here, but they've been playing some good baseball. I'm on Zach Gallen here in the Arizona Diamondbacks. I got in yesterday at minus 130, a little bit juicy, but I'll take it. It's juicy for a reason. I think Gallen's going to go out there and absolutely dominate this lineup here for the Cincinnati Reds. Even though this total is at a 9 right now, does seem like it's both pitchers could be a little bit vulnerable. I think that Brady Singer's the more vulnerable here. Diamondbacks have been playing some better baseball. They made those trades. They really fell off, and now they're playing better baseball. There's still a lot of time left. You guys know me. I got a little something. I got a soft spot for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And I want them to make a run, but I'm on them money line here in this game. It's going to be the juiciest play I take today, but I think it's juicy for a reason at minus 130. I'm going to trust that Zach Gallen goes out there and can pitch well against this Reds lineup. Spoons, take it away. I know you're on a total in this one.
Yeah, I'll start with the market. We have 74% of the tickets on the Reds, 77% of the cash on the Reds. The book I like to track, Circa, opened this minus 128. They've moved 3 cents down to a minus 125 for Arizona. That's not a big reaction for the amount of tickets and money that's on the Reds. That's a very public spot there. So I definitely like your Arizona play here. I'm on the over. I took the 8.5 on FanDuel last night. They were hanging a 8.5 minus 122. So you had to pay some juice to get it. But I didn't really mind doing that. This is a pretty offensive park. And we got two pitchers that I don't necessarily trust at this point in the season. Brady Singer is a guy for years I backed over there in Kansas City. But this season, it seems like every time he puts together a couple good games, he goes out there and shits the bed. 7 innings pitched versus Tampa Bay, 6 innings pitched versus Atlanta, just 1 earned run between them. Then he saw Pittsburgh, didn't even make it out of the 4th inning, had 10 base runners, was lucky to only give up 4 earned runs in that game. And since then, 2 good games, 6 innings pitched versus Philadelphia, 6 innings pitched versus the Angels, just 1 earned run between the 2 games. So I think this is a spot where you get some nice value on this Diamondbacks team. I kind of like that money line as well. They've been getting to right-handers, and Brady Singer has worse splits versus lefties, a 3.39 WOBA, 1.36 WHIP, and 4.4 xFIP, all the lefties. I think this Arizona lineup has quite a few good lefties from top to bottom. Perdomo, Ketel Marte, Corbin Carroll, Pavin Smith, Del Castillo, Alec Thomas, all hitting from the left-hand side. It's cool to see Blaze Alexander, former Red Sox prospect, finally make it up to the major leagues. This is a spot where I just had to take that over. Just number-wise, I see all of the cash, all of the money on the under. That's fine. I'd rather be on the opposite side, especially with the total here and it not moving at all at a lot of the books. I just think Zach Gallen as well can probably give up a few runs to the Cincinnati lineup. He's got a 4.68 xFIP to lefties and to righties 3.74, a little better. The Cincinnati team only has 3 lefties in their lineup most times out there, and that's just Friedel, Lux, and Ellie De La Cruz. The rest of this lineup, top to bottom, is just all righties. So maybe it's a decent matchup where he can get kind of in a groove and just has to worry about that top of the lineup. But I think 8.5 is too small of a number here. Chase Field is modeled at plus 8% runs, minus 2% home runs, plus 15% doubles and triples. There's going to be a dome over the stadium, so no wind or anything really affects this. But I think this is a spot where we get over that total. I think over 9 is still a good bet. I have the over 8.5 minus 122.
Over 8 minus 122. And shout out to our guy, Wrigley Plays, right there in the building. Shout out to you, Wrigley. Hope you're having a beautiful Sunday morning out there in Ohio. Hope your summer went well, my guy. And hope that you have a great school year coming up. Thanks for supporting the crew. He said it. Like and subscribe and share it with your friends. Shout out to you, Wrigley. Appreciate the love. And so me and Spoon's both on this game in some sort of fashion. I'm on the Diamondbacks and he's on the over. He agreed with the Diamondbacks. I agree with the over too. I think we're seeing a 9 for a reason here. But we can move on to this next game. Spoons, I'm going to have you intro this game. I got someone at my front door that's been knocking. I will be right back if you could intro this game.
Yes, sure. The Los Angeles Dodgers versus the San Diego Padres. Really good matchup. It seems like over the past few seasons, the Dodgers have kind of owned the Padres, but not the last 2 days. Yesterday, really surprised to see Nasty Nestor Cortez come out and absolutely deal versus the Dodgers. That one stayed under the total. Padres got the win. Kind of expect them to get the win here again tomorrow. This is a good pitching matchup. Yamamoto has had a really good season, but these last 2 games, 6 earned runs to the LA Angels, 3 earned runs to the Colorado Rockies. He's not looking as sharp as he did to start this season. He matches up decent versus these Padres bats. 1.22 whip to righties with a 3.3 xFIP, 0.9 whip to lefties with a 2.8 xFIP. When we look up and down this Padres lineup, you have Tatis hitting from the right side, Arias from the left side, Machado from the right side, O'Hearn from the left side. So pretty good split lefties and righties. I consider him to be a little stronger from the left-hand side with a Ryan O'Hearn now in that lineup. But on the opposite side, we got Nick Pivetta, who has come out and dealt all season, and he's better at getting lefties out than he is righties. And that's really important when you face this Dodgers lineup, because right at the top of it, you have Ohtani hitting from the left-hand side, Freddie Freeman hitting from the left-hand side. Saw a post on X this morning. It was Freddie Freeman posing with his son. He had a Fernando Tatis jersey in front of him. Yeah. His son's favorite player is Fernando Tatis. That's just kind of funny. Maybe he goes out there and plays a little bit extra hard today just to show off for his son. I really wanted to be on the Padres in this game. I didn't get there after them winning the last couple. it's really hard to sweep the Dodgers, but it's a really important series for this Padres team. 52% of the tickets are on the Dodgers, but 58% of the cash is on San Diego Padres and Nick Pivetta. All the cash, all the tickets on the under 88 and 92. It's kind of interesting because I see 7.5 openers at a lot of books, and it's moved up to an 8. And this is in a pitcher-friendly park, so maybe they know something that we don't. But minus 110 for the Dodgers open, minus 102 for Padres open. It is now minus 107 Dodgers, 105 Padres. So definitely some respect for the Padres coming in. I don't know if I ultimately pull the trigger, but I could only get on the Padres here.
Yeah, I agree with you. I would only be on the San Diego Padres here at home. I don't know if you guys saw all those fights break out these last couple of games. It's funny to see, man. These fan bases absolutely hate each other. Sometimes I think that these fan bases hate each other more than the Yankees and Red Sox because on social media, I don't see a lot of fights at those games. I see multiple fights at these games between these Padres and Dodger fans. And then you see their girls get involved and like, what are you doing? Just stop. Go to a ball game to watch a game, not get in a fight. Shout out to them, but I'm off this game entirely. This is a big game for both teams. I mean, for the NL West, these are the two teams at the top right now. One of them want to get the win of the division, get a good spot in the playoff spot. I'm going to end up staying away from this game. This is going to be a good ball game to watch, fun game. I mean, this price like this for a reason. Two of the better teams in the National League, but in all of Major League Baseball, it's pretty much a pick 'em at minus 107 and minus 104 right now. I'm going to stay away from this one, Spoons. No action for me in this one. We can move on to our next game, though. The Sacramento Athletics against the Seattle Mariners here, playing at T-Mobile Park out there in Seattle, Washington. Athletics coming off big win in extra innings yesterday, guys. This Athletics team, man, I'm excited for next season to get some good. Hopefully, we can get some good value on them at times next season. I've made some good money off the Athletics this season, yet they're 11 games under 500. It's just been certain spots. To me, this doesn't really seem like a spot to back them. Although if I had gun to the head, I think I would take them on the money line or even probably on the +1. I mean, this is what's a little weird. I mean, they're +1. The +1.5 is minus 150 money line. They're +150. The Angels are +120 money line, but their run lines on the +1.5 is minus 130. This seems a little bit fishy here to me. This seems like it is going to be a one-run game, no matter how we put it. And in that case, I'm not going to move on it. I think with both these teams, especially seeing this total at 7, seeing Logan Gilbert on the mound, Jacob Lopez on the mound for the Athletics, I think this is going to be a good pitching matchup. The more I'm looking at this, actually, I kind of like this under here. Currently, you can get an under 7.5 at a minus 105. I'm curious to hear the percentage of the tickets on this one. But yeah, I mean, we had an opener at 7.5. Hasn't really moved. Maybe moved towards the over a tad bit juice-wise. Nothing too crazy from what I'm seeing right now, though. And it seems like the Athletics line really hasn't budged. I think they were at +145 yesterday. Now they're at +150 right now. So still the same numbers. Spoons, take it away in this one if you have anything on this game.
Yeah, so this game went into extra innings last night. I had a under 8.5. I got in real early on. I was excited for my line. It was 1-1 going into the 9th. And I was like, this better not be one of those extra inning games that just goes 14 innings, 1 run apiece. And just ended up being a 2-1 game. Neither team really had to completely wreck their bullpen. Market numbers are reloading on this. I'll touch on the weather. This is one of the most pitcher-friendly parks in all of baseball. T-Mobile, I've said it 100 times now. Like, it's really hard for batters to square up in this park. They have it modeled at minus 1% runs today, plus 9% home runs. It does have short fences here, so if you're going to score runs, it's generally by the home run ball. Minus 10% doubles and triples, minus 2% singles. 71% of the tickets have come in on the under. 64% of the cash has come in on the under. And as you mentioned, this opened at 7.5, and it hasn't come down at all. So maybe they do expect a run or two, but 60% of the tickets on Seattle and 61% of the cash on Seattle. Circa has only moved this line 2 cents, and it's actually in favor of the Athletics. It opened minus 168. It's now down to minus 166. This is a spot where I'm on the Oakland Athletics, first 5 plus a half. As I mentioned, it's really hard to score runs here. Logan Gilbert did not look sharp in his last time out, but that was on the road versus a Philadelphia team who hits just about everybody they see. Gave up 6 earned runs, 9 hits to that team. It was a back-to-back road start situation for him where he just come off a good start versus Baltimore. maybe he bounces back and has a good start versus these A's, but I kind of like this A's lineup. They just inserted Jacob Wilson back into the top of it. He's been one of the most important bats for them. You add Nick Kurtz, Shea Langoliers, Brent Rooker, Soderstrom, Lawrence Butler. Like, there's a lot of really good bats on this team. The reason they're under 500 at this point in the season is not because of their bats, it's their pitching. And Jacob Lopez has been one of my favorite pitchers to back this entire season. I got on a soapbox for him before his first start, and we look at his last 6 starts. He had a stretch with 5 straight starts without giving up a run to Houston, Arizona, Washington, Tampa Bay. I mean, this guy's just pitched lights out. Minnesota's last time out went 6 innings pitched, just 4 hits, gave up 2 earned runs in that game. I think this is a spot where Seattle has a hard time getting to Lopez. He pitches really well to lefties. The Seattle lineup has added a couple righties throughout the course of the season, but still pretty lefty heavy. And I think Lopez just comes out, keeps us in this game for the first 5. I got it at minus 105. I went back and forth with the money line, but just with the implied lack of runs in this game and how hard it is to score, I could see this being a 1-1, 0-0 kind of game after 5, just like it was yesterday. And I'd like to cash if it's that close. So I'm on this.
I like it. I think this is going to be a lower scoring game. I could see a 1-1 at the end of 5 here. Definitely agree with you there, Spoons. It's going to be a stay away game for me, but Spoons is on the Athletics plus a half run, first 5 innings in this game in Seattle today. That's going to bring us to the last game on the board here, guys. A game that means a little bit more to our guy on the ones and twos' heart and our guy Nasty Nate, who I haven't seen in the chat. Nasty Nate, if you're in there, let us know what the play is in this one. I already know what the play is in this one from you, but
Boston minus 2.5 for Nasty Nate, I'm going to guess.
Yeah. Boston smash, baby. Shout out to our guy Nasty Nate. We got Dustin May on the mound here for the Boston Red Sox, currently sitting right now at a plus 145 on the money line. Yankees minus 160 on the money line. The series has been pretty similar all series long. And yeah, the Red Sox just playing some good baseball right now. They're showing who the better team is in the division between these two teams, who's most likely going to make a playoff spot, who's not. It's looking like the Red Sox right now. They still have to take care of business here in this game. It's tough. I can't move on the Red Sox here. I wish I would have gotten on them a couple days ago. I'm not going to do it now. This does seem like a Yankee spot. Seems like it's priced appropriately. Carlos Rodon on the mound here. He's pitched well this season. I expect him to pitch a good game here. I mean, the Yankees kind of need this game going forward. They don't want to get too behind these Red Sox. Spoons, take it away. I know you have a play in this one. I got nothing on this one. I'm going to let you close this out on this game.
Yeah, so this line opened at circa minus 162 Yankees, plus 145 Boston. It's now currently sitting minus 163 Yankees, plus 146 Boston. So just a cent of movement from open to close here. 67% of the tickets on the New York Yankees, 77% of the cash on the Yankees. I'd like to see a little more line movement than just a cent with that kind of ticket percentage, but there's a lot of time left before this game goes tonight. The Sunday night baseball game generally gets quite a bit of action between that like 4 to 8 time zone. So we'll still see some money come in and maybe some line movement as well. 58% of the tickets on the under, but 80% of the cash on the over. Rather interesting. I don't see a lot of movement on any of these books. They have it juiced to the over minus 115. So I think they're comfortable taking those over tickets. This is a huge rivalry, one of the best rivalries in sports. Yankees and Red Sox goes back a long, long time. This is a spot where I just see a pitching mismatch. Carlos Rodon on the one side, this guy really just has a knack for pitching in big games. He doesn't always show up on a random Tuesday in a 2 o'clock game versus a bad team, but Sunday night baseball, this is a spot where I expect him to show up and look pretty elite. Boston, New York already played on Sunday Night Baseball once this year. Brian Bayo came out and absolutely shoved. Maybe Dustin May can do that, but I wouldn't expect it. This guy struggles more with lefties than he does righties. A 1.46 whip, 3.44 weighted on base versus righties, a 1.23 and a 313 weighted on base. This is a Yankees lineup that's just loaded with lefties. Grisham, Bellinger, Ben Rice, Jazz, Ryan McMahon. Aaron Judge hits from the right-hand side, but I just think this is a spot where Dustin May ends up giving up some runs. His last 2 games out, he's pitched really well, just 2 earned runs to Baltimore, 0 earned runs to Houston. But Houston went on a stretch right after that where they just could not hit right-handed pitching, so I'm not going to make a ton from that. He saw Kansas City before that, gave up 3 earned runs, didn't make it out of the 4th inning. Saw Boston right before that when he was still on the Dodgers, gave up 4 earned runs in just 5 innings. They saw something they liked, traded for him right after that, obviously. I think this is a spot where the Yankees get to Dustin May. I laid the -1 because I want nothing to do with paying that much juice. Got it at -113 for the -1 line. As far as weather goes in this, you have 0% on Ballpark Pal as far as the park factor, plus 15% for home runs, minus 12% for doubles and triples. I don't see any rain in this game. 10 miles an hour blowing from right field to left field. So it's blowing towards foul, not in a way that would help offensive production in any way. I just see this as a spot where I don't trust Boston to get 2 big wins on Sunday Night Baseball versus the Yankees in the same year. It's really important bragging rights between fans. It probably means more to the fans than it does the actual players here in this game. But before last night, Boston had really dipped into their bullpen. Chapman had gone on back-to-back days. Garrett Whitlock had gone on back-to-back days. Justin Wilson and Weissert were the only ones to go yesterday. So it'll put Chapman on 3 or 4 days, and it'll put Whitlock on 3 or 4 days if they're going to come out there and try to close this game out. And as far as the Yankees go, everybody got the day off yesterday. So Bednar, Weaver, Williams, Duvall, Leiter, these guys all haven't been pitching amazing for the Yankees of recent, but they're much better arms, in my opinion. We're just looking at their stats over the course of their career. These guys definitely have what it takes to close out some games in the postseason. And this is a good practice spot for them. This game means a lot to AL East teams. Obviously talked about it. It's one of the top rivalries in sports, right up there with Ohio State and Michigan for me. I could only be on the Yankees here. That's why I pulled the trigger.
Lamont Williams said his max bet is Yankees first 5 in room dawn to win. Shout out to him. Our guy Spoons on the -1 here in this spot. Didn't want to pay the juice. Got the -1 at a good price here for the Yankees. And if they win by 1 run, he'll take a push. Spoon's great show as always, my guy. I'm going to have you go over your action, let the people know where they can find you. We only have one more show after this, man. And shout out to our guy, sports scientist Jacob, our guy Gorky, for coming on the show today, as always. Appreciate those fellas big time for helping us out, giving out their action, their hard work. So I appreciate you guys as well. Guys, if you're in the chat, hit the like button. We've still got 160 people in here. This was, honestly, I don't think I saw less than 180, 200 people the entire show today, guys. So shout out to you guys. Hit the like button on your way out. Spoons, take it away, my guy. Let people know where they can find you and recap your plays for today.
Yeah, you can find me on X at Spoons Bets. I think most of the people in the chat probably already follow me, and you can find me over at the Kyle Kerms channel here on YouTube. It's been like the last 2 weeks I've been on every single night doing the midnight show with him, breaking down all the cards. Kyle's checked out at this point in the season. It's college football season. Baseball no longer exists. Had a pretty good day for him yesterday in college football. If you guys are interested more in that, he's got a 19-hour video breaking down every single college football team. I'm a third of the way through it. Absolutely a ton of work into it for a primer. Pretty interesting stuff. Got a huge card today, as we mentioned, 7 plays. Rays money line -120, Astros money line +124, Mets money line -130, Cubs money line -140, Athletics first 5 +0.5 -105, Reds Diamondbacks over 8.5 -122, and Yankees -1 -113. Still kind of looking at a couple plays even at this point to add to it. I think the White Sox might be live, and still trying to figure out what's going on in that Brewers game. It's never a good idea to buck the market, but I don't agree with it. I don't think it's the right move, and it's starting to come back a little bit. Milwaukee is now down -115. Now it bumped back up to 120, so I don't know. Something's fishy in that game. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, something's definitely fishy in that game right there. Let me see what I can get right now. What's the current line looking at here in the Giants-Brewers game here? Apologize. Let me pull this up before I give you guys my action because I'm curious. Oh, I still got the Brewers -132, actually. So mine hasn't adjusted quite yet, but I'm sure it will. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and recap my action for today. We're on the Rays money line -120. That's currently in a rain delay right now. Hopefully that gets going here soon. Diamondbacks money line -130. Atlanta Braves money line +120. Kansas City Royals, money line, plus 130, and the Miami Marlins, plus 115. 3 of our plays are underdog plays today, guys. Hopefully we can hit 2 of those and come out on top. And I mean, hopefully we can sweep the board. It's always nice to sweep the board. Had a nice little 4 in one day, plus 3.3 units yesterday to start the college football season. So stoked that college football is here. We've got a lot of work here these next couple months, guys. But yeah, you can catch our guy Spoons over here. He mentioned he's been on Kyle's show every single night, it seems like, and he's been killing it over there. So shout out to the boys over there. Shout out there and watch their college football content as well. Like he said, that's a lot of work in a video, guys. Check that out if you guys want to be up to date on what's going on with these teams, what's happened this offseason. So shout out to Kyle for that. I know that takes a lot of work right there.
You guys killed it on that Saturday show yesterday. I got there a little bit late in, but gave me some confirmation to move on that Iowa State game. Love what you guys are doing there Saturday morning. You and Dabby Cab, great at breaking it down. Moose Money bets. As hard as Kyle works doing college football, Moose Money works just as hard. That primer he's put together. If you haven't gotten a link to the Moose Drive, do it now. He uploaded it as a Google Sheet, so you don't have to give him his email or anything.
Yeah.
Moose has so much great information on that college football season that's coming up. Week 0 is great. Week 1 is going to be even better.
Oh man, Texas, Ohio State, UCLA, Utah. It is, I mean, for our guy Jose, Texas A&M, UTSA. You know what I mean? There's so many good games, way more better games than that. I just can't even think about it right now because I'm locked into baseball right now. But I've got all my plays.
Texas.
Yeah, I've got all my plays posted on Twitter, guys. If you want to find them, post them a little bit ago. I pinned them. Week 0's there, week 1's there. I'm already looking at Kansas in week 2 against Mizzou, plus 6.5 right now. Just can't get it available quite yet, but I will be on Kansas in that game. But yeah, guys, that's our plays for today, guys. Shout out to everyone again. Gorky, Sports Scientist Jacob, our guy Jose on the 1s and 2s, doing all the work there behind the scenes.
Let's shout out tomorrow's Monday morning show with Dabby Cab and Dutch Boy Fresh. Always killing it there. Just great vibes to start the week. You get action in every single sport from WNBA to UFC to Major League Baseball. I'm sure there's going to be some college football plays in there as well.
Oh, yeah.
They absolutely killing it there on the sesh. So make sure you guys go check that out tomorrow morning.
Check the guys out on the sesh tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. over here on the West Coast, noon over there on the East Coast, 11 Central Time, guys. Be sure to check out the guys. They're going to be breaking they're going to be just vibing out there. And yeah, I know our guy Dabby Cab is going to be talking a lot of college football in there from here on out now. So shout out to him. And I got to get on there one of these days. I got to get a Monday off and hop on with you guys, even if it's for a little bit, just hanging out with you guys, smoke a little bit and talk some life and sports and just vibe out. Appreciate you guys as always, though. Spoons, will you do the honor of letting us out of here?
Yeah. Good luck to everybody. Bet responsible. And let's let these bookmakers today.
The NFL is finally back.
And so is the NFL Cappers Contest and Survivor Pool.
In our Cappers Contest, you must pick your 5 best bets against the spread each week. And in the Survivor Pool, you pick one team that must win. And you can only pick that team once.
$100 to join each competition right now.
May the finest football capper amongst us reap all the rewards.
Sign up at pubsportsradio.com.